Hi, I'm Pavo Stubstad with Pure Hyzer Productions. With me today I have Brian Peterson. We're going to give you live event coverage of King of the Lake.
And it was a really good tournament. 5 courses in 3 days. A lot of shots, a lot of elevation change, and a whole lot of fun.
I believe, yeah, it was 99 holes in 3 days, 2 rounds Friday and Saturday, and the final round on Sunday, which we're going to be covering today. I was there playing AM2 Intermediate at the tournament, and Brian here was also playing Open. And thanks a lot to Garrett Tapkin from Central Coast Disc Golf for providing me with the footage from holes 1 through 6 for this coverage. I was playing intermediate and I didn't finish in time to start filming till hole 7, so it was a good thing he was there. Thanks, Garrett, and check out the Central Coast Disc Golf channel if you get a chance. So here, King of the Lake. On the first day, the first course the pros played was Bijou.
Followed by Zephyr Cove.
Then on Saturday, Sierra College.
Followed by Truckee River Regional Park.
And for the 5th and final round here on Sunday, Tahoe Vista. Pros we'll be following today are Matt Bell in first place with 28 down from Nevada City with a rating of 1001.
Followed by Jere from Penn Valley with a rating of 1017, negative 27.
Nick Long from South Lake Tahoe with a rating of 992, tied for second place, 27 down.
Followed by Chris Shotwell from Fair Oaks, rating 999, 26 down.
Then in 5th place, James Proctor from Rohnert Park, California, rating 1005, 25 down. First hole we're going to be playing here is in the B pin. It's 324 feet, downhill shot, slight hyzer for right-hand backhand anyway.
It's really easy to overrun this basket here.
Yeah, it is. Most of these pros are probably going to be throwing putters off of this tee pad.
There's Matt Bell.
Goes a little wide right, ends in a bush, just short, probably 40 feet short and right of the pin.
Yeah, nice putt at that one.
Jere with his drive.
Looks like you fade out early there. Your tough putt.
And here's Nick Long with his drive.
Oh, baby, get in. Ooh.
It was a good run. He got a big skip out on the wood chips beyond the basket. Chris Shotwell with his drive.
Taking the wide route. Looks like he was stopped by that tree on the right side.
I think he might have gotten around it.
Big boy Proctor. Just a bit short there.
Same bush Matt Bell ended up in, I think. Guess Nick Long is out. He got a big skip there. He had one of the best looking drives. Big jump putt. Comes up a little short.
Nice run.
Jere waist deep in some manzanitas.
Danny putt.
Runs
Going
it.
for it.
Misses just right. Proctor with his birdie look.
Straddle.
Matt Bell comes up a little short too. Yeah, Chris did make it around that tree. Here's his birdie putt.
Ooh.
It's unusual to see a top pro, not a top pro, but a pro, miss from that distance. Here's Jere for par. Good save. James pars out, and looks like everybody else is just going to tap in for par here. It's quite surprising that nobody on the lead card birdied this hole, actually.
Yeah, a little bit of a soft start. So after one hole, same score.
We move on to hole 2. This one's in the deep end. It's 297 feet. Slight uphill elevation change. Not a whole lot though. Probably plays around 320 or 330.
A birdie give me for sure. Oh, that looks real nice.
That was a good looking rip from Matt.
I think he just put it under the basket.
As long as that's stabled out Hyzer a little bit at the end, he should be right there. Jere with his drive.
Looks like he might be a little past that basket. Good putt at it though. And here's long.
Looks like he may have gone a little right. It did Hyzer out at the end, but I think he's still going to be about 20 or 30 feet right of the pin.
Uphill putt. Here's Chris. That looks real good.
As long as that didn't get caught up in the trees, I think he's parked. That was a good drive.
Here comes James. Not too pleased with that one.
Looks like it just slipped out a little early for him.
Looks like he got a little tree love, huh?
I think he did. He got kicked in the right direction. Here he is with his upshot. That's going to be right there. Jere for birdie. Ooh, just short.
Nobody likes that sound. That was a good line, good line.
It was. Yeah, Shotwell's drive was great. He's right there. Nice birdie.
A little redemption on that hole.
Matt Bell with a nice birdie too.
Great drive.
James taps in for par. Jere as well. And Nick Long tapped in for par there too. We didn't see it. Chris birdied, moves up into a tie for second place with Jere and Nick.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite holes on the course right here.
Hole 3 is a fun ante shot. The line that's shown on the map there isn't really the line that people throw. They'll really take a little wider ante to the left usually.
Here's Chris Shotwell off the box. He's just trying to hit this gap right up the middle. Have it ante out, nice and slow.
Looked pretty good, just came up short, but it was going the right way.
Yeah, right in the middle of the fairway. It's exactly where you want to be.
It's Jere with his drive. And actually, we missed Matt Bell's drive on this hole, but I believe he had a pretty good drive. I think it came up short right, but he has a birdie putt.
Yeah, you see all these guys throwing these mid-ranges. I mean, here's Nick Long. I personally take a sidearm approach.
Well, Brian, you've got a pretty mean sidearm. I think some of these guys might not even be able to get as far as you with a flick.
But they got higher on the scoreboard, my friend.
Oh, they sure did. They've got that anti-backhand dialed in.
And here's Proctor.
Good-looking drive.
Woo! Got a little too much on it.
Yeah, a little deep.
Here's Shotwell's up. Just where he wants to be.
Jere gives it a chance, but doesn't blow by it. That was a smart play.
Here's Proctor on the comeback.
Just hits the cage.
That's inches right there.
It is. There's Matt Bell's birdie look. Great birdie from our leader. Staying strong, staying in first.
You know, showing that consistent putt that you need to take a lead and maintain it.
Definitely. Nick gets the birdie as well. got a couple birdies from Matt and Nick. Nick moves up into second place. Chris and Jerry now tied for third. Matt holding on to that lead.
Another great hole here. Slide Annie.
Slide Annie, you really want to just get it out there flat and low and maybe hyzer out a little bit at the end.
Yeah, you can definitely get a straight hyzer flip out if you can do it.
Yep.
Kind of see the hole buried back there. Here's Matt Bell.
Got good distance on that, but it hyzered out a little early. He's going to be pretty far left of the pin. But he might have a look at the basket. He will. Probably 35, 40 footer.
Here's Nicolau. About the same spot, really.
I think that hyzered out a little earlier than Matt's. I think Nick came up pretty short.
Shotwell with a hard drive there, running that right side.
You just like those backdoor routes, don't you?
Man, all sorts of windows out here.
I think Jerry throwing a rock on this thing. Rips that thing.
Flips it over and it holds going right. There's some manzanitas over there. He might be in a little bit of trouble.
Pretty much all that guy carries was rocks. There's Proctor. Strong drive on the right side there.
Good skip, and then a slightly unfortunate kick, but he should still have a good look at the basket. Nick Long just laying up for par. Smart play.
Shotwell, shot at the basket here.
Huge putt.
Ooh.
Great birdie.
Who are you, James?
Probably you.
Yeah.
Here's Bell.
Another solid putt.
Yeah, that's nice. Proctor with a nice touch.
So Nick and Jerry tapped in for their pars there. We got 3 birdies. Chris moves up, tied with Nick for second. Fierce battle going on while Matt Bell stays solid in first.
Proctor just hanging out in the background.
He's planning an attack, I think. We'll see what happens. So this is one of the few par 4s on the course. It's an easier par 4, only 615 feet, pretty open.
Got a little headwind on this hole.
Yeah, it's hard to feel it from the tee pad. The tee pad's in the trees and the hole's in the open. Sometimes once your disc gets out there, it can be a lot more wind than you think. Let that one go a little early, it looks like.
Oh, that should slow us down a little.
His beard got in the way.
Yeah, it must have been that.
Oh,
Huge rip from James.
that did not turn over in a headwind.
Didn't turn over like he wanted, but he still got it way out there.
Further than I got.
Even without it flipping, I think he got it at about 500 feet right there.
And Nicolau. The very nice Annie.
That's the line. And you can see the basket right there. He came up right in line with it.
It doesn't get much better than that.
No, it doesn't.
Jere doing the same Annie route. Nice crush.
Right where you want to be, too. Easy upshot from there. Here's Chris trying to punch out. Looks like he's throwing a roller. Clips some branches, but still gets pretty far out there.
This is a tough one. You got to make sure you don't burn down. This hill drops at like a, what, 40-degree angle?
40 degrees or so, yeah. It's deathy to the left of the pin there. You want to come up a little short right and skip over to it. You don't want to blow by it.
It's a tough footing it's got here. Bell, looks like he'll overshoot the basket there.
Yeah, I think he's going to be down the hill a ways. And actually, Shotwell's upshot was pretty good, I think.
Yeah, you got some Manzanita to play with. And here's Jere.
Just a little deep left of the pin. He might have some trees in the way for his putt there.
Might have got knocked down. That's how you do it right there.
Yep.
You play it short,
Nick
let it roll in.
did exactly what we said. James with his second shot. You know you had a good drive when you're throwing a jump putt on your second shot on a 600-foot hole. Matt Bell coming up from the bottom of the hill.
Just running it.
Right over the top.
You almost had that one. Jay.
Puts it right under the basket. Good birdie from Nick.
Yeah, that's a very good hole to get a birdie on. It can separate you in the field.
Chris saves his par, given where he was after his first throw. That was actually a pretty good save.
Great save.
Matt saves par as well. And we don't even see it, but James had a drop-in birdie on this hole as well.
And Nick Long making some moves.
And James coming up from the bottom too, now tied for fourth.
This one's a birdie gimme straight down the center, downhill.
Yep. Just a little putter toss, 270 downhill.
Fun ace run. The PA3's got that. Loving that new disc.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's a little deep left, but he should be in the circle.
Is that a Little League hat he's wearing? Love it.
Just catches some branches and Hyzer's out.
Here's Bell.
There you go. Shot.
Great looking drive, just slides up right next to the basket.
It's like valet parking, man.
That was looking pretty good too till it clipped that branch.
It was.
Some tough luck.
Those vibrant putters, you like those.
It's like Jere turned his over a little, but he should still have a putt.
That was an aggressive throw, I like that.
It was, he gave it a chance, but he's right there for par still.
Nice tap it.
Solid putt.
Like butter.
Good birdie from James. And we actually missed Shotwell's upshot, so this is him just tapping in his par.
So after 6, like James Proctor and Jere making moves again. Still a tight race here.
Matt Bell holding on to that lead.
He's just so calm through this round.
He is, yeah. So this is a tough par 4. 687 doesn't seem like that far for a par 4, but it's deep right, tucked up in some trees.
And you know, we had both the M from the pros play through, and we had a huge wait before this hole. It was probably like half hour, 45 minutes. These guys are like cold. It was an interesting play.
Yeah, I think everyone was cold on this hole. Right here, there's some guy yelling at his dog. Off on a trail to the left. James doesn't care. Throws a huge rip out there anyway.
Man, you could just hear that thing whip out of his hand.
Ooh, that might be a tough window, though. Slipped out.
Here's Matt. Looks like you're gonna try to ante this.
He threw it. Yeah.
That is the ideal line right there. Jere's going hard.
Turned over a little too much for him there.
Close, that was close.
It was close.
I think it was a headwind on this hole, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think so.
Not much. Hercules.
Great looking rip from Nick. Oh, just clips a tree on the right side of the fairway. I think that was the last tree that's in the way there on the right. He could have made it pretty far.
Woo. That thing would have came out left. He would have been way down that fairway.
Chris throwing a flick.
Stay up.
Come on, stand up.
Good edge.
Still got a ways out there.
All right. Here we go.
Players enthusiastic to finally move on after such a long wait.
Put the flick up.
Looks like that one just slipped out a little low too. Jere was OB in the tree here. The 2-meter rule was in effect for this tournament, so that was his third throw. Trying to save par.
That's really the upshot you want right there.
It is. It is. Jere would have had a birdie look, actually, if it wasn't for the fact that his drive was stuck in the tree, so now I think he has a par look.
Good thing Jere throws discs, not rocks, huh?
Yeah. Nick Long had to help get it out of the tree there.
Just taking my time. Come on.
Here's Nick Long with his second shot. Hit the same tree Jere hit, but didn't stay in it. Great ante upshot. And the pin is just 35 feet right of that up the hill.
I think he was slightly long there. He's going to have a tough putt.
But he'll have a birdie look, which is saying something. This is a tough par 4.
Most definitely. With that flick. Flexing it.
And there's the pin up there, so Matt Bell was just deep left a little. He might have a look. Depends on the trees.
Proctor's going for a high Hyzer here. This is a really tough window.
It is a tough window. He got so far out in the fairway.
He's got the shot for it, though. It was high to the right there. I don't think he made that
I
cut.
couldn't follow that very well, but it went high right. Now I kind of heard it hit some trees. It's up there in the trees to the right. He's gonna have some tough shots coming up.
Very nice up.
Good looking layup. Oh, Jere came up a little short. Oh, that could have been up there. But he should still have a look right there to save a bogey after getting stuck in that tree. So here we see where James ended up. Really tough lie.
Yeah, there's not much to work with over there. You're just basically poking on open.
I think some players might even consider just punching out from there, getting back on the fairway, and then trying to get to the hole from there, but it looks like James is going to go at it.
And, I like that logic. I think it's better just to run it, kind of come out.
Oh, I agree. I would do the same. Clip some branches. Another tough shot. About circle's edge there. Should have a putt.
For birdie here.
Just a tiny bit short. It's steep uphill there. Got to really put a lot more on him.
Gotta like the effort.
Matt Bell for birdie. Just hits the pole, I think. Maybe the cage. Couldn't tell. Jere to save his bogey. It was actually a 5. Solid putt.
Yeah. Got to make them whether it's a 3 or 4 or 5,
Doesn't
right?
matter. A lot of confidence. Chris pars out.
Slid down like 2 feet. That would have been the easiest fucking fool.
Here, James there is not too happy with where he ended up after his second shot. It is pretty tough up there.
Bell's just staying calm, staying right in the middle.
Yep. No birdies on that hole. It's not uncommon to see that.
Not over yet. 3 strokes, you know, that can happen anytime.
Yep. Hole 8's a nice little just Hyzer shot out there, slightly downhill off the tee pad.
This is one of those holes where you have to get a birdie if you're on this league card.
Yeah, you really do. Hole 1 and hole 8, those are probably the 2 birdie holes the pros have played so far. Matt Bell slides it up there just a little short.
We'll have a look at it. Long, it's a good looking line. He came up short there though. Get on up. That's a great drive right there.
Yeah, it is.
Really touchy. If you come in too much higher, you're going up to the left. Like a little wind ride there.
Great looking rip. Runs it just a little deep left.
See that flash right there.
Yep. In the circle, I think.
A little short there, but it's got a putt.
Yep. Nick Long for birdie. Just a tiny bit low.
Really wanted that putt, man.
Yeah, he did. Matt Bell misses just right. James really ran that with where his lie is. He was close to hitting basket on his drive, I think.
That's a disc golf tan line if I've ever seen one.
Nice putt from James. Good birdie. Chris's birdie look. Ooh, hit strong side, just spit out a little bit.
That can be really frustrating.
Yeah.
Great drive, though.
Jere gets his birdie.
Making it look easy, too, right?
Definitely. Jere always just steps up and throws. He doesn't take his time.
Here you guys are having a hard time filming him.
Yeah, I had a hard time keeping up with some of his shots. You'll see later I missed a few because in a lot of cases he would just walk up to his lie and throw literally within 3 seconds.
Like a ninja assassin or something, right?
Yeah, exactly. He's a ninja out there. Nick Long actually forgot to putt out on hole 8 and had to walk back and putt out. And we move on. James and Jere birdie. They've got a 3-way tie for third now.
A lot of golf left here.
Definitely. Matt Bell still holds on to that lead.
Yeah, he's just working it, working the lead.
So this one, hole 9, 303 feet. It's uphill. Deep left of the pin, there is a parking lot that's OB. I'd say, what, about 20, 30 feet deep left of the pin.
Most definitely.
If you go deep
You're
right,
just trying to get
okay.
in that hill right in front of the basket.
Yeah, you don't want to go long on this one. Sounds like there's some wind out there. James just
I want to say
that
it's a
tree.
left to right wind blowing right now.
That sounds right. If it was a headwind on 7, it would probably be left to right from here.
That is a great looking throw.
Beautiful throw from Jere. Ooh, just puts it right there.
Woo.
This is a tough shot right here. It's a very small window. Matt Bell gets up there for a birdie look too.
Yeah, not a bad spot to be. Trying to ride that wind straight. Following Jere all the way up there.
Yep, he got there. That might be the CTP drive, I think. It's Chris with his drive. Pulls it a little hard. Hits the same tree James hit. It kicks off to the left. So there's the basket at the top of the hill. Chris is in a tough spot here. Looks like he's going to have to throw an anti-flick to try to get up there.
That's probably like 250 to the basket uphill.
Yeah. Gets it up there, but it never Hyzers out for him.
James, a nice punch there.
Nice little turnover putter shot. Good layup. Hits the window perfectly. Matt Bell for birdie.
Oh, dirty putt,
Solid putt for Matt. That was like a 35-footer uphill.
I mean, he just put it right in the chain.
He did.
No questions asked.
And here we see Chris did go OB barely on that parking lot we were talking about on his upshot, so he's going to have to save bogey from here.
Nice putt.
Doesn't worry about it and just puts it in.
You think car insurance covers disc golf when you break a window?
I don't know. I always wondered why people would ever park in that spot. I never park in that spot because I always worry about people hitting my car.
Ooh, that was a very close putt there.
With discs, that is. Yeah, Jere had a really close one. Nick Long for birdie. Solid
Great
putt from
drive,
Nick.
great
Yeah.
putt.
James and Jere par out. And that's the end of the front 9 at Tahoe Vista.
Yeah, it's interesting all these backpacks that are out now, you know, like wildfire.
It is. A lot of different ones. Chris with the unfortunate OB penalty there.
So we head on to the back 9. There's 2 different routes to this basket.
There is. You can take a high Hyzer route, or you can take... Actually, there's a Sky Annie route. I believe we're going to see Matt Bell try that here. You can even go up the gut. The thumber or something like that. Matt Bell with a huge Annie around
That looks
that
like
tree.
so much fun.
Gets it over there by the basket, I think.
Yeah, I mean, that's the best route in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I believe that's what I tried in the tournament as well. Don't believe I succeeded. Here's Nick Long with his drive.
Going a Hyzer flick.
Ooh. Just clips that tree, but still punches through and gets in the middle of the fairway for him.
I think the wind was left to right on this hole.
Could have been. I don't think there was that much wind at this point when the pros were here, actually. There's a little bit.
Nothing that's going to drastically affect anything.
Proctor goes for the big Hyzer rip around everything.
This is just crazy, man. That's a cool
Hard to film this hole. I believe he went deep left, so he made it over there and went over the pin and ended up probably about 40, 50 feet deep left. Jere goes for the huge Sky Annie as well.
Ooh, that's a nice drive.
Oh, he clipped that tree on the left and just dropped out. And this is actually the hole where I missed his upshot. He snuck off like a ninja and took his upshot without me noticing.
And Shotwell off the box.
There it is.
That was a good shot, I believe.
Yeah.
He made it around everything. He should be maybe within the circle, just right a little bit.
This is a tough up here, low ceiling.
I didn't manage to get in a good spot to film that, but I think Nick Long put it under the basket. Here I got in a better spot for Matt Bell's upshot. Awkward looking jump putt, but he puts it right there. Hits
Yeah,
the
he
pole.
wanted that one.
He did. James Proctor's deep left there, behind the bush in the sun. Oof.
That was
Just
close.
misses left. Shot well for birdie. That was a good drive.
Yeah, James's Hyzer route went all the way to the left side of the basket. He got
Yeah,
all of that stuff.
Yeah, so he made it there. He just put a little too much on it.
That's
Same
nuts.
shot, just a little less power would have been right there, I believe.
Jere for par.
Yeah, that was his par since I missed his upshot. I think everybody's pretty much just tapping in for par at this point.
We should play some like elevator music when everybody like taps in.
Yeah, I could have started the music a little earlier when it's just tap
elevator
ins.
music.
Yeah.
I mean, yours isn't elevator music. It's nice.
No,
music.
no. Well, Chris, with the only birdie on that hole, moves up, tied for third. Hole 11 is a nice straight rip out there. You want it to Hyzer out a little at the end.
It's deceiving with that those trees on the right. You got to ride it just perfectly.
It is. This hole, the fairway is really open, but the rough is really rough. You can get in jail on either side of this hole. And it looks like that might have just happened to Chris. Pulled a little hard on it and went right.
That's a beautiful drive.
Great drive from Matt Bell. You can't see the basket, but he should be probably 25 feet right or so, just a tiny bit short. A safe spot to be.
Smooth rip. Like he's taking the same line, just a little bit on the outside. That could be trouble over there.
Might have got caught up in some of those trees, but it was very, very close to the right line.
You know, I saw Matt House go overhand on this hole and went pin high, dude. On an
Oh,
overhand.
yeah? Wow, what's the distance on this? It's like 380 something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's Proctor coming out on the left side there. He'll have a run at the basket at least. Jere, that is a great rip from him.
Yeah, he should be within the circle too, I believe. Maybe just left. Can't see him too well here, but Chris punching out of the trouble on the right. It's like he just threw a flick shot out there.
Yeah, that's really not a bad shot right there.
No, it's not. It's tough to get out of there, and he has a look at par.
Long doing a little work over here. I think they
Just
got basket, huh?
couldn't quite tell. It's Jere for birdie. Solid putt.
Very nice, very nice.
Looks strange to me on Jerry's putts there, where he doesn't lift his back leg when he putts. But they're as consistent as anyone else at his level.
Butter.
James for birdie.
Very nice putter.
Another solid dead center putt.
Yeah, man, he likes that putter. Talked about it all the time.
Matt Bell punches
He
out and
answered
gets
the
a birdie.
call on that one. He really had to have the birdie and it came through.
Yeah. Chris to save his par. Ooh, just hits high. One of those little loops at the top of the basket.
tap in his bogey here. Nick Long gets his par, and we move on.
It's all about those sun hats.
It is. It was hot out there that day.
Still a close race here. Another must-have birdie right here.
It really is, yeah. 12 is one of the birdie holes out here at Vista, no matter what pin it's in, really.
And this pin, people tend to go deep.
It is. It's not very far, and it's pretty open once you get through that first gap off the tee pad.
Look off to the right there.
That'll work.
I think just a little bit right, yeah. I think that just went a little deep for James, but it was on target. You know, this was a hard one to film. You can't really stand off to the side, so you can't see the fairway. Unfortunate for Jere.
I feel for you, brother. Nick Long with a nice rip.
Looks like it just went a little right.
Might have a putt at it.
Shotwell with one of those Vibram putters again, right?
I think that was a mid-range.
Oh, that was a mid-range?
Yeah.
Here's Nick Long for birdie. Oh, looks good. Just spits out. This is another hole, by the way, where Jere ninja'd off. I actually missed his second and third shot. He parred out on this hole. Oh, Chris barely misses the birdie as well. Tough
A lot of metal going on.
Yeah. Solid birdie from James.
Great drive. Yeah, that was just right.
Yeah, he was. Right there, though. I mean, that's a tap-in birdie.
What you want?
Long taps in for par. You know, I knew I missed Jerry's upshot, but I don't know how I missed his putt, because I was at the basket while they were all putting. Guess he must have putted out real quick before the rest of them. James
Look at Proctor here, making moves, coming all the way back up to second.
Yeah, he started this round in 5th place, and he's now tied for 2nd. He's been playing solid.
That 2nd place, man. It's a tough battle right now. Looking for a very straight shot here. Not really a Hyzer route, you just want something right up the gut.
Yep. Didn't quite turn over as much as you wanted. That was almost the line.
He'll be in the middle of the fairway. Got the right idea, but
kicked left a little bit for him, I think. He should be circle's edge.
Nick Long.
Ooh, unfortunate. At least he dropped down, though. You know, didn't kick off to the left. It's pretty bad over there.
Yeah, you really don't want to be outside on this hole. Jere's over there by James. He'll have a nice putt at it.
I think so, yeah.
That was a really nice throw. Nice throw, didn't quite hold that line.
Yep. Yeah, you know, a lot of these pros, they traveled up here to play this tournament at 6,000 feet, and they're used to playing at lower elevation. I'm sure that was a factor for a lot of them.
Yeah, I know it is. When I go down, man, I almost can't stand it.
Yeah, same for me. It's a huge adjustment.
I also think that's part of what makes this game so fun, is when you can go down in a lower elevation and everything changes.
It does, yeah.
Whole other dynamic to the game.
Yeah, my Hyzer discs become my turnover discs down there. Some of them.
That's a great up right there.
It was, yeah.
For birdie.
Good putt.
James is making moves right now.
Another birdie for him. I think that's a turkey. He got 10 and 11 too. I'm sorry, 11 and 12.
Nice.
Good putt from Nick.
Ooh, Jere's drive was right there,
It was.
man.
He got over there. I thought he was a little more right.
Must have got a gracious skip.
I think so. Good birdie. Matt Bell tapping in his par. And Chris as well. Jere birdies, moves up to be tied with Nick for third.
Got that 4-stroke lead right now.
Yeah. Now this is a tough position on this hole. 387 feet and an elevated basket.
You know, this is one of my favorite holes just because I could cram a flick straight up the middle.
Yeah, I
Love
can
it.
see this one would be good for flick players.
That was just dirty rip, man. Straight up the center.
Huge rip,
Wow.
just held on a little bit, went a little left.
You basically want to get to that manzanita in front of the basket.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's a good drive.
Oh, went wide.
Yeah, he got lucky. He was aiming for the inside that tree,
I
but
believe he was, yeah, but he got in a good spot there.
yeah, gotta have a little luck.
Oh, actually, that kick wasn't too bad, I think. Still got
That
up the fairway
disc was
ways.
coming hot for that basket.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a looking drive.
That's line, man. Nice.
Yeah, that was a great shot.
Threading the needle there. That was
Yeah.
the line you want. Ooh. That drive was also
good
looking
It
second.
was looking really nice.
Nice.
I guess he got a second kick after that first one that put him back in the fairway, which is pretty fortunate. It's in jail off to the right if you get too far off that way. Yeah, he kicked pretty far left after that first kick right.
Yeah, this elevated basket looks so good to just run, you know?
It does, but I think these guys are playing smart and trying to lay up, or at least split the
that's-
difference, give it a chance, but not blow by it. Jere just puts it right there too.
That one had a chance.
Yeah, that was a decent run, and he's still right there. Nick Long tends to always Hyzer putt like that, I've noticed. A lot, even his closer putts, they come in at like a 45-degree angle. Works great for him.
Proctor's just laying up there. He's not trying to run that.
Yeah, it's a smart hole to lay up on if you're outside. I'd say even if you're outside 30.
It's a great drive right here.
Yep. Oh, puts it right there.
Feels like he was somewhere in between, kind of running it, kind of laying up.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like all the players are pretty close at this point, just all tapping in for their pars. This is a hole you probably expect to see a star par on, even from pros from time to time. It's a tough one to birdie.
Yeah, I've definitely never birdied it.
Oh no, me neither. I'm always very happy to par this one. So our second star par of the round. A pretty tough hole.
What's that shirt Matt Bell was wearing? I've never heard of that. Is that Deity Disc?
Deity Discs. He, I believe he talked about them during the award ceremony.
He said they were from
Minnesota. Minnesota, I believe.
Okay. Sweet.
New company. Check them out. So this one, hole 15 in the V pin, is tucked way up the fairway off to the right. It's another good flick hole. James turns over a nice shot up there. I was in a terrible spot for filming, and I moved to get the rest of them after that. Jere taking the flick.
Still got the flick,
Yeah.
man. Beautiful shot.
Ooh. If that had missed that tree, he would have been parked.
Yeah, he likes that throw.
Matt Bell taking the flick route, too. A little high. Hits some branches and drops down. Probably better than if it punched through.
Yeah, he got a little lucky on that one. Here's Law with the A-Teir over.
Local route? No.
Ooh, turned it over a little too much. It's tough over there.
An Irish skip or a kick? I couldn't really
I
tell.
don't know. He knows it's tough over there, though. That's what that was.
Not going to
Didn't turn over for him, but he got up there. It's open. That's how you play this hole if you want a safe par. Just get up there to the left. You can even run it for birdie, too. That's where it's open. Nick Long trying to decide what to do for his upshot here. It's a lot of trees.
That high Hyzer.
I think he got through part of the way, but might have hit something near the end of the flight and dropped down. Matt Bell for birdie. Ooh.
That guy running though. Love it.
It's Chris with his birdie luck.
Nice downhill putt.
Solid putt. That was huge.
Chains sound better than basket every time.
They do.
They do.
When you hit them dead center, there's that perfect sound, too.
It's almost like a reward. Sometimes my mouth feels like salivating like a dog.
Oh, yeah.
The chain, you
The
know?
sound of chains for any disc golfer. It's like drugs. Nick Long to save par. Oh!
Weak side there. That's tough.
Weak side. Almost stayed in. It caught on one of the little nubs on the edge of the basket. Here's James for birdie.
Yeah, his shot was a straight shot right up the hill there.
It was. That was
Great
the
drive.
safe way to do it. Give yourself a chance at birdie, but stay out of jail. Jere tapping in for par. Matt Bell taps in for par, and Nick Long drops in his bogey. Nick Long, an unfortunate bogey there. James and Chris with great birdies. Both just got up there on the fairway and hit their putts. Hole 16, short little uphill shot. It's only 159, but it probably plays 250 or so. I mean, it's pretty steep uphill.
Another birdie hole.
It is, yep. 1, 8, 12, and 16. Those are the ones.
Gonna be a bit uphill, but
Yeah.
we'll have a run at it.
Yep, just deep left, a little downhill putt. Ooh. It's a little high, hit that branch. Probably would have gotten there, though, if it missed it. It's on a decent line.
Yeah, that tree in the sun right next to the basket, you want to cut right before that.
Yep, that's what I try to do, too. Get around the V tree, but in before the other one.
And
Exactly
Jere
like
will
Jere
show
did.
you how to do that.
He knows the line. I believe he just parked it.
Yeah. It's all calm about it, too. I would have been so excited.
He's all calm about everything.
And here's Bell.
Just follows Jere up there.
Yep.
Beautiful drive.
Like Nick's going that same route.
I swear I can go inside until you do.
You know, what's interesting is that hill's on such a slant. You can land perfectly and still get up and roll.
Oh yeah, roll or kick down to the right because it's covered in rocks. It's Chris trying to birdie from down there where he hit the tree. Another chain out. Sounded pretty solid. Yeah, see, Nick Long had a good drive. He must have kicked. He must have kicked or rolled down.
Oof. A lot of metal going on right now.
Skips off the cage. Jere taps in his birdie. And Matt Bell does the same. Beautiful drives from both of those guys. And yeah, James went deep left. Downhill birdie putt.
Got that branch in front of him. In his way. Gonna go over the top.
Another great putt from James. His putting was on this round. Chris taps in for par, and Nick Long's going to do the same.
I have to say these last two holes are the signature holes here at Vista.
They are. 17, especially with the view of Lake Tahoe in the background from the tee pad. That's the hole everybody taking to Vista for the first time, they start taking pictures on that hole. 3 birdies on that birdie hole.
Proctor was a steady 2-stroke lead hitting in the final holes here.
Yep.
You know, I saw the craziest shot on this hole. Someone had thrown a Scooby upside down, understable disc, Scoobied it down the hill and parked it.
Wow.
David.
Never even heard of that type of shot.
Oh, man. Animal. Proctor going to try a putter straight down the middle.
Oh, yeah. Just a little Hyzer flip.
A little more Hyzer.
He'll have a putt.
I've been a good throw, but it's not.
Great line from Jere, just a little high.
Oh, it's gonna jump down now.
Ooh.
Man, I thought that had a chance.
It did to hit that branch, but he should still have a birdie look from there.
Hey. Here's Bell.
Ooh, slips out a little early. Kicks left. That's jail over there. That's a bad spot.
Mm-hmm.
I think that might be the first time all around we saw Matt Bell mess up off the tee pad.
His green and regulation, you would say, is very high this round.
Definitely.
And here's
Chris
Shotwell.
Kicks off to the left, too, I believe.
Yeah.
Similar shot.
Jail, you don't want to be there. A nice toss.
Oh. Kicks left as well. That was close to a good line, though. He
A
almost
lot
hit
of
the
players
gap.
like the overhand route on this as well.
Definitely. It's a safe way to play it. I thought at least 1 or 2 of them would throw a thumber here, and none of them did.
Wow.
So right here, I thought I was filming Nick, and Matt Bell was off in the bushes right there. I circled his disc. He was just punching out. Caught that by accident. And here's Nick with his second shot.
Not great footing there. Really hard shot.
It's tough anywhere along this fairway if you make it halfway down the hill. Even if you're in the fairway, there's bushes and rocks everywhere. There's Matt Bell with his third. I heard it hit something, but it actually punched through, and he's got a tap-in bogey at this point, I believe.
This is third shot here.
I think that was Shotwell's second. Yeah, here's his third. So he was trying to get down there and save par, so now he's maybe trying to hit a big putt and save par still. Puts it under the basket for a bogey. It's probably safe. It's hard to putt if you blow by this one. James almost hits another big birdie, just a tiny bit high.
There, inches.
Looks like he didn't compensate for the slight elevation loss, maybe, because it was dead center, just a little high. Nick Long saves par. James taps in for his par.
Jere from the knee.
Beautiful drive. Gets the birdie.
Deuce.
Kneeling putt, straddling out from behind that tree. That was beautiful.
Another trick up the sleeve, I guess.
Definitely. And here's Matt Bell tapping in for his bogey. And I believe, actually, Matt Bell had a bogey-free round going until he bogeyed 17. It was still an amazing round either way. That was incredible.
Get into the final hole here.
Matt Bell with the 2-stroke lead. James and Jere are pretty close. After Jere birdied 17 there. Still a tight race for second.
You know, there was another really long wait on this hole as well.
There was, yeah, just like 7. So this hole is over 1,000 feet. It's a par 5. You gotta get out of the trees here on the tee pad, and then it's pretty open all the way down to the basket to the left there, up the open area.
And that's exactly what you're looking for right there. That
Jere
drive.
hit the line, yep. Just get out there left as far as you can get. Don't be too left, because there's some OB off there to the side, some pipes and rocks that are roped off.
Here's Proctor.
Huge rip out there.
Nice shot, James. Nice.
Little left, but good looking shot from Nick. He should be out there on the fairway as well. And Matt Bell threw very quickly after Nick. I was trying to get to a better spot. Didn't expect him to throw so fast.
You sneaky devil.
I believe
He's out there in the middle.
he pulled it a little right, but got through the branches on the right of the gap and got out there in the middle.
Hit that line on the inside there.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Just slipped out a little early for him. So here's Chris. He has to punch out. It's jail off anywhere off the fairway on this hole, pretty much. You got to stay on the fairway on this one.
And this fairway is it's pretty dry and rocky. You know, those run-ups can be really sketchy sometimes.
They can. There's a lot of loose rocks and gravel. It's not like solid, hard-packed dirt everywhere. It's Chris with his 3rd shot.
Going for it.
Drive on it.
Ooh, Hyzer's out a little early into the trees on the other side of the fairway.
That's a tough shot from outside. Textbook throw right there.
Yep.
Short run up. Beautiful shot.
Definitely. He should be within 250 feet of the basket at that point, I think.
Jere with the big gap on the left there.
Huge rip and puts it right where he wants it, so his 3rd shot has an opening there to get to the basket.
Great control there.
Great looking rip from Nick.
Man, another textbook throw.
Definitely. Almost made it around all that stuff on his 2nd shot on this hole. I can't even imagine being that far after 2 shots.
Oh, it slipped.
That's that run up we're talking about there.
Yeah.
That happened to me on this hole.
Yeah, it's happened to me before too, and during this tournament I actually did a standstill shot in the middle of this fairway because I didn't want to take that chance. It's a risk you take trying to do run-ups on this loose fairway.
That's interesting aggression there by Proctor.
Yeah. I mean, with the shots he had on 5 and 7, he might have had the power to get there for an eagle look at this hole. It's just over 1,000 feet.
Shotwell having to go back out to the fairway again on this hole.
Yeah, but that was a good punch out that time. He got really far down the fairway and he's wide open. Jere with his 3rd shot. If he can put this close and get another birdie, he'll tie James for 2nd. Looks like he turned it over a little and went a little deep though.
I like how Jere played the shot back there.
Yeah.
He didn't try to come up next to the bush like the rest of them.
Yeah. Yeah, he left himself a nice line for his third shot. He didn't go all out on the second. It was a smart play.
And here's Bell with a big hyzer.
Nice shot, Matt.
Comes down probably 20 feet right of the pin. Beautiful shot.
I mean, we're still, what, 300 feet out from the basket?
Yeah, I think James here is still about 300. Punches out again. It's hard to catch James's sky hyzer shots when he punches out, but he got out there to the right in the open. Nick Long.
Tough fly.
If he'd gotten another 5 or 10 feet on his drive, he would have just an easy layup for a birdie here, but he's got to stick his leg in this tree.
Go.
Great up shot.
Big.
Have a drop-in birdie anyway. Shotwell with his 5th.
Do it.
Just puts it up there.
Hey, look, it's Coach Bob.
Yeah, that's Bob Proctor. It's actually James's dad was caddying for him this round. Yeah, he just puts it right there for his par. Good save after his slip on his second shot. Here's Jere for birdie. He's deep right, putting right into the sun. Oh, huge putt.
Wow.
And that will actually put him in a tie for second place with James Proctor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can hear him there. He didn't even know. He didn't know that putt tied him for second when he did it.
Proctor knew it, though.
Proctor knew, but Jere didn't know. Proctor was just telling him there. Well, everybody taps in there. And here's Matt Bell for a birdie.
Out of that.
And there's our winner.
That is a solid tournament. The guy's playing so consistently right now.
Yeah, Matt Bell shot great that whole round. I can't believe that he didn't even bogey till hole 17. I believe he shot an 8 down that round, which is actually the same that Proctor shot to catch up from 5th to a tie for second place. So he had a great round as well. There, Jere with his birdie on the last hole.
Sneaky.
Moves up, tied for second place with Proctor. Here you can see the PGA results. Shasta
Never see
Chris.
Shasta moving up.
Yeah, Shasta moves up into 5th. He's on the chase card. He played great.
All right, well, that was an exciting round. Matt Bell held the lead for all 18 holes, but there was a fierce battle going on for second between Jere and James for the back 9 there especially. Jere hitting huge birdies on 17 and 18 to end up tying for second was pretty huge. And big thanks to the tournament directors, Dave Polvey and Gail Baker, for all their hard work on this tournament. And now we'll take a look at the award ceremony for the top 5 pros.
I know where Shasta lives, but Santa Cruz. Shasta out of Santa Cruz. One of the touring pros. DGA. Shasta Chris. Thanks for Thanks, DJ Paragon. I love Tahoe golf. It's so beautiful here. Some of the best tee pads and some of the hardest terrain to put a tee pad to. I really admire that up here. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Can't wait to come back.
All right.
Coming in. I don't want to help. These guys are so hard. It's so cool to watch. I don't want to win tournaments. Lead for so freaking long. Nick Long coming in.
Thank you, sponsor!
Everybody. Yeah, I should probably thank my buddy Bruce. He makes me shirts.
Yeah, Northpole.
Bruce! Yeah, Bruce.
Okay.
Third place overall, 5 rounds, 99 holes. I think he's still in college, if you ask me, but I don't know. James Proctor. Sorry. Oh my God. Oh,
Awesome, guys.
For the trophy.
That is true sportsmanship there.
You
guys are awesome.
Come on. That's so awesome. That's the best.
Thanks Prodigy and Dave for all the hard work, and Gail too. Great tournament. Thank you.
He came out of nowhere. He was somebody called him. Somebody said to me, "Watch out for this guy." Seriously, at Bijou, he goes, "I don't know. He wasn't in first place at the first round, but he picked it up, and he held it for the last 2 rounds. It was really awesome to watch. It was super consistent, and he just freaking nailed it." Matt Bell. So he gets 2 trophies. This is we're gonna meld the second trophy ceremony into the first. We actually have 2 trophies. Because again, this is King of the Lake. We're setting it. We're gonna go a little different path. We have a little bit of a dragon in here. Maybe we'll keep that dragon. But anyway, King of the Lake.
Thank you. I just want to say this is one of the most the smoothest running tournaments I've ever played, and to play 5 rounds all across the lake, that's a huge feat. So thank you, Dave.
Beautiful.
And I'd like to thank DD Dis. They're a new company out of Minnesota, and they're looking to do big things. So check them out if you can. And then my training grounds in Nevada City is Silva Acres. So if you get a chance, show up there and play around.
On Sunday doubles, come check them out. They got bomb food.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, SoFly.
Yeah.